My homies keep on checking you out. They wishing to be yours and they taking you out. It's getting to my head and they pissing me off. I got some real ones and they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just hit home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me.
Welcome to another episode of the ByoPodcast. Ingxoxo 99 coming at you live from Sound Culture Studios. Today we have a guest by the name Msiz'Kay, artist, award-winning.
Award-winning.
Yes.
Award-winning artist, poet. Thank you very much for coming to the show, brah.
It's an honor. So glad to be here. You know.
You were there. I tell you, 1 minute to you go skip, the next thing so many go jersey. But you managed to come.
Yeah, and we early junior. My vibes are good.
Yeah, these days in Dabona, I would say predictable. You were there. So many shallow pella la pamba gonna move to religious.
True, the umbrella.
So njengelo kuzenini, but welcome to the show, brah. How are you doing? I'm
feeling amazing, man. I'm living my best life.
So, dipping into the interview, tell us about your childhood. How is it like growing up in Zimbabwe? Did you grow up in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I did grow up in Zimbabwe.
Bulawayo, Magogo West.
In Magogo West, yeah.
So, how is like growing up in Bulawayo?
Growing up, I was a nerd, my friend. So, it was fun growing up. I won't lie. And, you know, I used to read a lot, you know. Vocabulary, and growing up in Makwekwe, being a nerd still, but experiencing Ikasi life, you know, it gave me the other perspective. So imagine ipansula lili nerd.
That experiences
so it was great, man. Childhood was.
But I think you go streetwise.
And book-wise.
Book-wise, yeah.
Very smart, yabo. So bufunde what's the school? Timkulu.
Yes,
Timkulu, Sizane, then St. Bernard, yeah.
St. Bernard, yeah.
Bufunde Sizane kunjani like.
I'm not sure now, but back in the day, so
like do you remember an incident where what to vele school bakumisa khona bathi
bro indlela ngachinja ka 4
wahambe njani?
I remember back when I was in that was when I was in form 2 coming back from school in Impinjame go Tonguvu. God rest his soul, he passed away a couple of years back. So this one guy calls us over, says, "Hey, you guys come through." So see lapana, no, but no chom losses mahunga no mjita lo pumechile yabo. 3 days.
Remember
and we were on our way home, yeah, pumechile.
Abantu ababelibiza ngama school leavers, not abantwana besikolo.
Olo,
you know, amapansula, you know, ngathina amapansula. No, Zwan. Keep isikathulo sakho esika left usigqweko right, keep esiko right usigqweko left. Yeah, for the fun of it, you know, ekasi kunjalo nje babe khona ukuthi nje
the experienceeboarding.
Yeah, umuntu yakugcinyisa nje.
So manje wasikhipha sibili isicathulo.
Khona lapho manje. Ubona ngani mina ngayenzani? Indlela ikho sacina satshintsha indlela because kwaba lapho ngeke.
Yeah, because ekasi yakuzama la people bambing kan. Yeah, because banga kwanisa ukuthi baku threaten kawan baku shine then baza continue doing that. So then if family set up like kokhulu hlala kiyo ifamily enjani church belihamba ipichechi
Yeah, I grew up in a very religious setup. Mamkandlu beyithanda isonto, you know. Beyithanda inyama, you know, mamkandlu beyithanda isonto. Grew up Christian, uNkulunkulu ngiyamazi yabona. So I'm grateful for my mom for teaching me about God.
Yeah, do you still go to church now? Oh.
Angiyavakasha.
So which church did you go to?
So I've gone to a lot of churches, I don't want to lie. First Zion Christian Church, and then Roman Catholic Church, since school, you know, St. Bernard's, when I was going to St. Bernard's. They got me hooked on that for a while, and then I changed again to a Pentecostal church. But yeah,
Pentecostal, ziyakhala phela bengixoxa lo munye umuntu ngithi yo yazi ngiyafisa sibili ukube Pentecostal but kumele ube ule energy because ngale ziyakhala igroup phela
it's a party.
Yo,
I never regretted.
It's a party.
Ngiyabona ukuthi man but akusebenzi. So you're done with your high school, tertiary, Sikala University, Walter Sisulu,
Yeah, Walter Sisulu.
Accounting.
You know those things that you do sometimes.
So uwenza kwakho i-degree le accounting. Was it by choice or
by chance?
Or the situation lana ukuthi you know African parents. Mtanam lawyer, mtanam doctor, mtanam accountant. So when did you choose ukuthi uyenzi accounting or
you know the
influence yabadala?
Is accounting is I did not set out to do accounting. I don't want to lie. When I initially got the scholarship to go and study.
What was a scholarship?
Yeah, it was a scholarship.
Oh, wow.
It was to study business and stuff, and it was a business degree. You know, so then when I got there, we were 8 of us. We had gotten the same degree.
Okay.
Business, yeah. So it turned out that with that first year, Sonke, all the commerce students, whether you're doing accounting or economics or that business degree, you studied the same modules.
Okay.
So peer pressure, I want to know all 7 of us, 8 of us, we're no, second year say change.
Doing accounting.
And do something more.
Of which is funny because mina abantu esengihlanganela belifini actually do the opposite. Nxa umuntu engangena university athi uyatshintsha i-degree angeza kasuke from business something ambe to accounting. It's asuka ku accounting ambe ku HR.
Exactly.
Umasuke accounting aye ku marketing yabo. So it shows ukuthi
it was a bunch of nets.
Amanet eqilana.
Aquilana.
So selivumelana selichinja ilokuzini program, then what happens?
Yeah, we go ahead with it and we all pass. So
manje learning experience essay, how is it different from ESIM?
And it was a great experience because you get to see a different culture, a different side of people.
Operation to do
back then, I think okunye lendawo lapha eWalter Sisulu khona, eMthatha, it's a very quiet town. In the Eastern Cape there, you hardly ever hear of such incidents.
I
met a lot of great people, made friends. It was a great experience.
Yeah. So graduation konke futhi kwenzakala khona ngala isini labane la graduate nge COVID.
No,
during the COVID times ukuthi graduation yenzakala online yabungini uyabugqoka igown ufike phambi kwescreen ukhotha msikani.
It was actually khona ngale early 2013 I think.
Okay, it's been a while. So sikhuluma lapho sihleli le accountant.
Not really.
Then now my question is, how does your family react to you choosing
to come back and do music?
To come back and do music. Wena ifamily kubona abasoke bakubona uyinet but isifundi sethu lesi isihambe saqeqesha. I'm sure vele abazali baye besithi umntanami segoli. Segoli yafunda then umntanami segoli
kuphela awuzanithengela
umntanami segoli with the whole BCom accounting degree decides to choose music? How
So
do you,
the thing is, I was already doing music by the time I left.
okay? So they knew Uti.
I doubt they knew. Even if they knew, they didn't know how serious I was about it.
Okay.
They thought
So-
it was a hobby for you.
I recorded my first song in January, and in that same January 2010, and in that same year, I got a scholarship to go and study in SA.
Okay,
So
so
I had been making
Scholarship
songs.
was stolen because of the music.
No,
Okay.
not because of that. So I had already started doing songs, working on songs, and I had recorded just the first one just before I left.
Okay.
So over the years, what I would do is it took me a while, of course, to find studios and people that were like-minded and all that.
Yeah.
But I did find them. So I would record songs over the years while I was in college.
Yeah.
So I think the one thing that really made me more confident is after Walter Sisulu, I went to Fort Hare to try and do a postgrad.
Okay.
There. So when I got to East London, it was a different vibe and it was so easy to connect with people.
Yeah. All abantu open-minded.
Within like 2 or 3 months after getting to East London, I got my first interview on radio. My first ever radio airplay and interview, I got it on Tanzania FM in East London.
Yo.
So, and then I joined a second day of shows instead of doing shows in East London.
Khona ngathi.
So that's when I was like more confident about what I was doing. I got features with guys who were even in Joburg while I was in East London.
Okay.
So I was like, at that time, I was like, this is going somewhere. You know? I want to see where this goes.
All right.
So that's why I gave music an opportunity to say, I want to do music and see where it goes.
Okay, now going back to the question, kade ngibuza ukuthi ifamily then react kanjani to the situation yokuthi you're now choosing music over accounting. How does your family react towards that?
Uyenzani? That's always that good. What are you doing with your life, Not everyone took it well.
Yeah.
And it took a while for a lot of people to actually see what kanti into le yakaphi. Umchomlo wenzani kanti.
Yeah.
Because it takes a minute.
Yeah, khona kuthatha i-convincing ukuthi
Abadala bethu.
abadala bafuna imali.
Yes. The thing you're doing.
As long as wena okwenzeka ngaqalisa ukuletha imali.
It gives them so much pride.
Ungaqala like kusenza into maybe enxe for you in music. Kungalethi imali akhohle ukuthi abadala bazaba like African parents. I remember with me abadala la kare samboni bakwazi ukuthi ngenzani. Ungambuza umazali ukuthi ngenzani. Manzi into zabo ze-internet. Benza into zabo zona lezi ze-internet because abazali bafuna yabona into abayikhangile.
They want results.
They want results.
So especially when you're still setting it up before the results are visible.
Yeah.
So now my question is, do they still send you like job vacancies maybe le gap le accounting? Hey bro, like
khona kuyatholakala.
Islam aphila ngabo yabo. Do they still do that?
There is, especially this one friend, / family also. Akayekeli. Vele ngazi come rain come every month nxa ngabona vacancy yakuthumela kuphela.
How do you react manje to such situations?
Thank you. I'll definitely thank you. I appreciate.
But manje don't you feel like badelela maybe bedelela i-craft oyenzayo? Fanele la so guys, I'm not saying stop sending me the job vacancies. Please continue doing that. But you're trying to do something here. Like, no, bro, like, you apply la pispani la, and was on study span, so you're no longer doing, like, we're no longer doing this.
Yeah,
bro, like, we're no longer doing this. So, hey, go find it,
it's crazy.
I would go to people and talk to them.
I think it's on that
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Akulala phela ngamfaka khona yena lila sebuya kuwe bhalisa iV sengikhulumela lokani bani wangaphinda uthe wena
African parents
kuzaba.
But I guess we just have to blame indawo esihlala kiyo of which siza ngena kikho khona ogumbayimbayi because hey, it's a tough industry, but you just have to move like impilo iyaqhubeka. Okay, so then moving on to music career, you said vele when uhlabela like ubukuthanda before usesikolo, like when does the love for music come in empilweni yakho as Msiz'Kay?
I think ngaqala ukubhala back then it was poems.
Okay.
Ngisase high school, yabo. So ngibhala ama poem lawa ngwabhala. Kuye ngesikhathi then they turn into songs, yabo.
Yeah.
No, but ngahlabela man ingoma lezi. Yeah. And then baba khona of course ama haters, you know, ama haters avuye, but ukuhlabela put us. Not really. You know? And then hip hop came into the picture since Jay-Z, 50 Cent. You know, back in the day, those were the people who were kicking it. So it really made me say no, but let's try and rap. And then fortunately, let me try to rap. I met Ucho Moktong with the Virus. Shout out to the Virus. Virus, what I know, chick. I'm making beats. He was making beats. He was working with a lot of people at the time. He was one of the guys who was involved with Cooksman. The Virus.
Okay.
Amazing.
For the first time, I know a song that was done in Bulawayo. I wonder every time I say the main interviews, every time who is that? Nyamazi Cooksman.
You know, so Chitalwada, amazing guy. Chomo mnyo afundisa lami afterwards. Utong Joma Sego. That's who had taught him sound, production and stuff. Msiz'Kay, investi 16 bars, chick. Okwakho lokuthi yabhala ibhuzu liphendele ngale.
Yeah. So like if you were to make a gang of musicians that influenced a career yako, maybe let's say 5. Who are those people whom you think influenced journey yakho music? Ukuqalisa even lakathesi usuhlabela so.
Like the people that influenced me the most, Nzaqala Virus, because he was the first person who actually believed in what I can do and pushed me to actually work on a song, write a song, thing. Let's go and record this and see how it comes out. Shout out to him. He's always the first step in the story.
Yeah.
And then along the way, when I was in college, I met a guy out on KR.
Okay.
Even up to today, I still think he's one of the best producers I've ever met. Nice. He was an amazing producer. He actually taught me some of what he knows and actually produced some of my first songs.
Okay.
So shout out to KR. I got quarter of it. And then when I came back from college, I met Joma Sego.
Okay.
Joma Sego, I was then at the time, I was very interested in learning how to produce.
Joma Sego,
studio in Kobalanda, yes.
You know him, eh?
So Joma Sego took me from, back then, I used to rap exclusively in English. For the first 5 years of my career or so.
Little dope nigga shit.
Yeah, what again? So he was like, no, even the sound yako, look at what's happening around you. Try and do something that will resonate easily with the environment. That's when Msiz'Kay started doing more Isindebele and African themed music.
I feel like Joe
that changed my journey.
I feel like Joe was the Don Jazz of Bulawayo, like,
you know.
Angazi bangaka abantu siba ababehamba kuJoe, even lama group amasabata dog, like the guy would always
like they are ridiculously cheap.
They were.
Yeah, I think okunye.
Even now they stop.
I think okunye lokhu zenini. I think okunye ke kuyi the love of what they're doing yabo lokuzama ukusupporta
local talent.
Yeah, local talent. Yeah.
Then omunye ke mbani?
From there.
You were what uphela
those 3 people are the cornerstones of what made me who I am.
Yeah. We're coming at you live from Sound Culture Studios, one of our sponsors. Shout out to Sound Culture for providing us with this lovely equipment. This lovely studio. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Namuhla sile guest yethu abangamaziyo ngumsiz'Kay, artist. like into lenye antand ukuthi local artist because ngathi kule ndele elandelwa
Le stigma man
so let me just say he's an artist. Award-winning artist. Ama-local artist lokho siza kubona ngelinye ilanga. So yeah, uNomalanga yingoma like every time ngizwe kuthiwa Msiz'Kay Nomalanga.
Yeah, Nomalanga.
Msiz'Kay Nomalanga. Now my question then now my question is uNomalanga umuntu omaqini like is she a real person or fictional? Take us through the making of the
character.
Yeah.
The making of the character. Because Nomalanga is a character.
Oh, Nomalanga is a character.
Serious? I thought
Yes.
it was
So
I don't know. No, honestly, that's me being honest.
OMG. Yeah, you know, I've in the past been turned down. Kuthiwa no umngakho ye.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, myself and KOT, shout out to him. He's one of the best dance music producers I've ever met. You know, we did a song, Owaptao Nomalanga. So when we did the song, he had produced the beat, and then he calls me over to the studio at Msiz'Kay. I want us to do a song, you know. But it has to be, you know, like, and it has to be that Ndebele name that you can recognize on the streets.
Yeah, which you know.
So we then realized, no Malanga, chances are high if you stand in the middle of town and say no Malanga, shout like really loud enough.
You're making sense.
You know, so no Malanga was like a good choice with those. Yeah. So we did the song. Ingombalana is before the song could come out. I then did Unkomo Zamalobolo. And I mentioned the name Unomalanga. And also I mentioned it on Izolo. And both songs, Unkomo Zamalobolo and Izolo, were on my first album.
Yeah.
But then, funny enough, the song Unomalanga never came out.
Okay.
You know. So, but then I like how people were responding to the character that we created.
Because so much like ingoma lezi batin intertwined.
Yes. So we kept the story going. We kept the character alive.
Like do you guys notice it every time I call Miss Q? So
Abanye baba so wakhuluma so lawo siba proud ukuthi
hey kati then all of a sudden I'm thanks. So yeah, I was saying uNomalanga ngathi he character also I create to the extent ukuthi ingoma zakho so ngathi story song.
It feels real now.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things about being a good writer. You have to be able to create a character and give it life.
I know you did with uNomalanga.
Yeah. Give it life.
I remember ngayenza something. It was a comedic item so of my charts. Like I'm a chance between a boyfriend or girlfriend. And mina a main character gacher so Nomalanga. Almost Momondia. If you guys remember Momondia or if you was it going banjan with Momondi, I'm by checking personal account on Instagram. Uzaboni personally. So yeah, like nyazusi suguti. So uNomalanga fiction.
It's a fictional character.
Wow.
But it has taken on a life of its own, So we live it like that. Yeah, Unomalanga.
Because ingoma zakho lezi mawuzilalela wena. Athi ngizomuntu heartbroken.
Yeah.
Like lokuba heartbroken khonokho lakho fiction or aziyake zikhalo umjolo ngisa wonke umuntu. Okay, so like take us through the let me say the first stanza and this first stanza of uNomalanga ukuthi uhamba njani like ama lyrics athini.
Or like I think the most recent instance lapho where I used that character was on Ungawuzi Umoya Wami.
Ngawuzi Umoya Wami,
So
yeah.
with Ungawuzi Umoya Wami, great song that.
Yeah.
So actually, the verse that a lot of people hear, that was the second instance of me, like Sesi rewriter.
Okay.
I rewrote that.
Okay.
I actually first wrote that, ngathi sharp. I thought ngathi sharp, you know. And then ngathi It was something that I wrote in the studio, Konapo nje. When Zo7 came through and we did the recording for the song, the hook, we did the hook together, and then he did the part that he does at the end of the song. I felt, maybe get click, you know. Let me try again, you know, lo muntu kanti wenzani akakwazi yini ukuthi ngiyamthanda uCherry Law, you know, what's he trying to do, ngicela limbambe ngizabulala umuntu, you know. Yeah,
but life ile ivele njalo bro.
Ayabona but ingoma leyana.
Yeah.
Tron, at the end of the day, omfunayo wena akakufuni.
Guys.
Omfunayo akakufuni. Wena bakufunayo lawo bafuni. Kanjalo kuyaqhubeka nje ukuyilo kuzenini okuyi-chain kwakhona. But now speaking of collaborations, how does the collaboration with, is it Drunky Daniel in the vintage culture come about? Because
yeah, that one.
when we're doing our research, like those are massive numbers on YouTube. Congratulations, brah, on being involved in a project with over 1 million, 3 million views on YouTube, brah.
Yeah.
That's massive. Congratulations, Doc.
Yeah.
That's why I refuse to call you a local artist.
No, ubatshela ngobunengi because yahlala ubeze bethi we see what you're doing for Bulawayo, man. Yeah, artist. What you're doing for Makwekwe.
Local artist.
But we make this music for the world.
Yeah,
So
local artists do not have the numbers. Baba, you were involved in a project with over 3 million views on YouTube.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. So how does that collaboration come about?
I'm not even sure how it started, to be honest, but for the most part, I think it was because of work that I did with KOT. Back in 2019, KOT introduced me to Drunky Daniels. So he had clinched a production collaboration with them. They made a bit together. Okay. And then they then decided to have someone do vocals for that. Yeah. And the decision was to have someone from Africa. So then KOT said, no, I know a guy, you know. So I was that guy. And then that was the introduction from myself to Drunky Daniels. Msiz'Kay, you know.
I think it
so
shows
from there.
It shows the importance of networking.
Yeah. True.
Ukuthi nxa ngifuna something nxa kulo muntu ofuna maybe an artist, I know who to call. Like umuntu mayefuna makeup, I know who to call. Umuntu mayefuna isifebe, I know who to call. Networking, doc. Networking.
The importance of networking.
The importance of networking.
Yeah,
usithola like I'm a collaboration like that. I'm massive like that.
Massive collaborations, yeah.
Then umbuzo amadulande like uthi, what's your take on our awards? Because we've been getting them a lot, hey?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about awards, especially when Alawislau go Bulawayo, Zimbabwe? Like, do you think Guba Lama awards be important? Like, is it important go career yakho music, or has it brought any change?
Yeah, I'm award aqakathekile, and there's no lie. Awards are very important. They help ukuthi i-brand ikhule yabo. They help.
Yeah.
It shows ukuthi khona somewhere there are a group of people that see value in what you do. Yeah. So whether or not the decision is made by a group of judges about awards, or the decision is made by the people. You did get an award. It shows it.
You're doing something.
You're doing something.
Yeah.
You can always use that to to open some doors.
Yeah, because I feel like if you are to go to maybe America, and you be like, I was the male artist of the year. America, they don't know
actually,
that.
2 years in a row.
Like America, these are cooking oil awards. Royal. Because you see, like abantu lapha locally have a tendency of just downgrading something because of the sponsor I want.
Yes.
So I feel like kuyasiza ukuthi a recognition outside. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think you like kuyacaca sibili. So Then what are the struggles that you have faced as an artist? I think we call up as an interview. When as an artist, what are the struggles that you faced?
Not to be like yabona umfundisi lo not yet echumayele church echiya abazalwane abaphakathi ephume phandle yabo ukuthi hayi bazalwane manini ngisadinga abanye phandle. But this whole thing of how music is received and consumed in Bulawayo locally, for the most part, a local music is not something that people are drawn to naturally. You understand? So you always have to sell yourself to them. You always have to push your music to them.
You have to go an extra mile.
An extra mile for someone to actually give you an ear. So that acceptance of the local music and the local artist, that's one of the biggest challenges that I've come across.
Then now my question is, how do you think a gap can be bridged between the artist agoblawayo labantu, like ukuthi, because you're seeing that there is a gap, abantu are not appreciating the music you guys are doing, putting all the work, lale studio, recorder, the money that goes into recording. Yabo, igap lona lana silivala njani? Do you think ligap elivalekayo?
It's possible to close that gap, yeah.
How can that happen?
I think for the most part, it will take a lot of people working together to close that gap, because so it will take the artists themselves working together, local authorities coming in and also helping our artists to achieve that.
So to some extent, you think agula unity within the artists?
I did not say that. You're very in any industry, when people are in the same industry, kunzima ukuthi bethi all of them get along together.
Because I beg to differ sikhangela industry, maybe SA, because since our viewers lapha bethanda ama South African artists, we might as well use them as an example. So you'd find if maybe uKabza might keep ingoma, uzathola player ngumaporisa, uzathola player everywhere, oDurban Gogo bonke, like bayapushana, like make sure bayapushana. Nxa artist one keeping ngoma, they make sure it blows up. Don't you think if kunga applied konokula before we start blaming people, saying that they don't support you guys, lina lingaqalisa ke uqala lisupportana? Don't you think konokula
it would definitely change the game? And there's no two ways about it. It would be a game changer if, let's say, 5 of the biggest male artists or female artists started their own thing, put them all together, go a trend of supporting each other, pushing each other, helping each other. So many more people would be reached. Definitely.
Right? And then they try to create like these challenges. But you never see another artist
jumping on the
challenge. Artist. It's always about like the ordinary people.
Because I think abantu bakuthatha ngendlela wrong sometimes. In music is not a competition, but people want to make it like that. So it's like if you have a shop that sells product A, Laming Benz will set up next to you and I'm selling product A. So abantu abaningi abama artists, they view each other as direct competition.
True.
You understand? Ukuthi lo muntu uthengisa product A, nxa ethengise 100 units, mina lapha ngilapha lokho ngithengise 15. Why should I be helping him sell more units?
But kukanti noyamba le 15 units zakho ihlanganise lishiye half.
Exactly. And it's very possible.
It's that simple. Like simple kangaka like kanjalo. But enye into don't you think controversy is a recipe of blowing up or increasing numbers, yabona, being relevant,
It's one of them.
Msiz'Kay avuke sithi I'll use myself as an example.
I was waiting for
okay, let me just use Babangile's Konja because I know like Msiz'Kay avuke sithi Babangile's Konja akwanisi by radio DJ.
Yeah.
Just for controversy, don't you think into enjalo i-culture njalo ingabakhona la koBulawayo isizaba le industry irrelevant?
It could work. It's never been tried, so it could work. Angwazi.
Because I think
but then again, into corner engiyaziyo ukuthi if mina, let's say ngendlela engiyiyo yona bese ngiqalisa ukwenza izinto lezi ezingayisimbi,
okay,
to gain a certain following or attention, angisoze ngiyefika khatshana kungavelanga ukuthi hayi but lokhu vela akusikho yini yabona nxa into ikuwe and you can,
but don't you
be
think
controversial ngaleyo ndlela
koBulawayo sonke like abantu balunge kakhulu wabantu sesabana
bayesabana.
I think it's more ukwesabana.
Culturally, maybe we are reserved people, so
I think okunye is more ukwesabana than being cultural. Because koBulawayo la ngakhuluma kabi ngomuntu akutrap.
Because even though like abantu, they still talk about each other behind each other's backs.
Yeah.
But they
So,
can't
like,
face each other.
So do you guys have like cliques maybe as an artist ukuthi kule clique yabo Msiz'Kay kule clique like kule culture njalo la
cliques like that, yeah.
Damn bloody fool.
Squad. How much?
Iweather le sibonayo la.
I
I think isingathola sponsor esingasama ngama-heater lapha elokuzeni ne-studio.
Mina kulo chome ngimaziyo ngubhelete enza amachimbi.
I think isingakhuluma ngayo yabona ukuthi awubuye lapha azosilungisela. Speaking of sponsors, today's episode is proudly brought to you by Savory Fair Events, Valley Jew, and Sound Culture. Shout out to our sponsors. Thank you very much, guys, for making this possible. Lingeko besingeke sirekode i-episode le esirekode namuhla. So Msiz'Kay, bro. I know this is a kind of emotional like topic to touch on, but I feel like I have to ask with him. How do you guys feel ngama promoters bringing in artists from SA, bali bizilina and give you peanuts, or mali ba tshela ukuthi the charges mali ezinganani, but you guys are expensive? At the same time, they are giving artists like habo SA these large amounts of money.
First off, I'm a promoter. They have the right to book whomever they want and pay them whatever amount. Mina fisa ukubona kusenzakala koBulawayo is for us to have promoters who actually care about the place where they live, because to some extent these guys don't care about the place where you live. If you're conducting business in a certain area, you know, you have to give back to that community. You have to show a community that is actually putting money in your pockets. You understand? So also when making your money in Magwekwe, ubulokhu busy uthatha imali unika abantu outside magwegwe kuthi ukuthi community emagwegwe awuyizwisisi. So it's just a place where you make your money, you don't care about them.
So ukuthi sebefanana lama these white people ababuya lapha bezosebenza ama mines.
Exactly.
Then they footag.
Yeah, well, so social like like what you call it? What is social what? So much social responsibility. Yeah, ayikho at all. So I would love to see a culture of us having promoters who actually care about the city and the artists in the city.
But now my question is, as I'm an artist, can't you guys like do these shows without I'm a promoters lah? Because it's clear that
they don't care about
they
you
don't
guys.
care.
I'm a promoters lah. As complaining Johnny, like they always bring in I'm an artist, essay.
Yeah, and that's true. I like the recent trend of seeing a lot more local events, local festivals, local shows by artists, artists coming together and doing shows. I like that trend. I want to see that trend carry on and grow. That's how we will make ourselves like head. Ukukhuluma akusoze kuyenze. Akusoze kuyenze.
When you're an artist, you're a performing artist. Like what's the recipe for a successful performance, like live performance? What do you do before you come here perform? Man? Do you do like those Pentecostal pastors? Namhla umfundisi osichumela vele umfundisi ebesikhangele phansi so vele seredongeni. Like how do you go that? Like do you go through that moment? I want to meditate. I want before performing,
just before the show,
or you smoke weed. Or you do something when I went down before.
But I feel like my one method is always to be ready, always be ready. But if you're not always ready, rehearse, my guy. Rehearse. And rehearse as much as you can. And just before the show, try and avoid being distracted, man. Don't be distracted, because if you imagine prepared all that time. Just before the show, it's over. So like at least 30 minutes before the show, like don't have too many things that distract you and take you away from the focus.
So like, do you remember of a situation where you were performing live or could you not like wabimba?
It happens. It happens because you try. Yeah, lyrics on stage. The lyrics just go blank. What's the next line? They go blank.
Because of Uval.
Also, can you feel it?
Yeah. No, but at least you can
it happens. It happens to the best of us.
So like recovery mode, I guess you can know. Good evening, guys. Hey guys, feeling the show today?
Let's take it from the top, DJ.
Yeah, DJ. Start it from the back. Started from the back. So umbuzo wami olandelayo uzosiba ukuthi like siko Bulawayo ungakhuluma Bulawayo which is the artist edumileko Bulawayo like Lazibani Bulawayo love Mama Jaivan, legendary that one. As an artist awula pressure lana ukuthi bonke umuntu right now singakhuluma ngeBulawayo love Mama Jaivan obuya ku picture.
And actually I've seen so many people comparing it to Love Mama Jaivan online. I've seen it.
How does that make you feel, man?
I Love Mama Jaivan is an act that is hard to follow, bro. That's like standing in the shadow of a giant.
Yeah.
So no, being like having your name in the same sentence in JLI, it's an honor. It's an honor. I'm further and want to compare.
But all the pressure in like ukuthi lawe mele ufike khonapana or any pressure bese kuthini we are seeing ukuthi i-career yakhe iphele njani la. Like ayiphelanga sharp. Like bangaso situation ukuthi it was like, guys, I'm done singing. Sharp. Yabo. Kube situation yokuthi umuntu chili music because city yakhe I'm appreciating ngendlela I feel ukuthi bam appreciating ngayo. Don't you think kwamanye amalanga nje uzihlalele ukuthi hey what if I'll end up like this?
Yeah, that pressure of and my expectations are corner, you understand?
Yeah.
We want to support something and see it grow.
Yeah.
That's what we as people like to do. Support, see it win, see it grow. You know, if people are saying they support you, those that do support you and follow you, they will support the baby growth, baby win, you know. In terms of maybe let's say and you're in the industry, in terms of wins, maybe let's say uhambe in the Subon Park Lapana, drive a Beamer, you know, check a 5 ngelang channel or you know, interest in Jalo. They want to support a brand that they see grow. So ngabengazi bona into lezana zingenzakali. Whether it's your fault or their fault. You know, support may sometimes not carry on ngendlela ofisa ngayo. You know, and allow yourself being motivated kungasigcina kungakusehlula yabo nxa into lezana zingenzakali. If you are expecting them to happen through music and the hustle that you're doing, ungazibona zingafiki those wins, you know. And those it can only be God supposed to you know. Hey,
social media besikhuluma lapha before recording ukuthi social media abantu
man.
It can only be God.
It can only be God. It can only be God, you understand? Some connections. No.
Yeah, so
let's not do that. So, any future projects, bro? Like, I know you are dropping an album in May. June,
yes.
Yeah, June.
Album, yes, bro. Album, yes. I'm excited. Excited.
It's been excited.
What, more than 3 years since I dropped an album.
So we decided to go to Zabangab.
We're still working it out. Yeah, we're still working it out. We got a lot of feedback, and I think a lot of people like a specific venue. It was mostly suggested.
That's the one that I voted for.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people are suggesting the specific venue, so you come and just.
How many album?
24 June.
24 June.
Yeah.
How many tracks? Or
16 tracks or more. Yeah, that's the standard. Msiz'Kay album is 16 tracks.
Okay, like are we seeing Nomalanga again? This time was Pio.
No, ngeke siyeke lokukhuluma ngoNomalanga. Never.
Kumbe ngoNoxolo.
Hey madad. I don't know. I was once introduced somewhere this guy kuthiwa Msiz'Kay uhlabela ingoma zothando. So I then looked at my albums and you realize both my albums, the first and the second. There's 6 love songs there. The rest serious music. I want to include issues in life and stuff like that. But abantu abazibona ingoma lezi it's like they don't see those songs. They're like no, bafuna zothando yabo. So we're going to talk some more about Nomalanga, but also touch on life and
but into esingayitsho lapha ku ByoPodcast. We just wish you all the best. Album lingaphuma definitely siza attend la shows. Nxa siyabe silokhu esikhona sikwanisa ukurecorda, so we'll definitely attend. But otherwise, I thank you very much, bro, for joining.
Actually, I have a question before Sival.
Yeah.
Nothing serious, but I just.
I
know. I was calling. I just want to know, what drives you as a person? Because you seem like someone who's very driven, and I always wonder.
Yeah, that's a very nothing serious. That's a very serious question. Like I feel like music gave me into NIPY, you know. It's a gift and it comes so naturally. For instance, for any reason, stop. I would feel like a gap is so what drives me to keep on making this music is because people need to hear this music.
I always respect someone that answer those kind of questions. What drives you? What inspired you? Yay! I don't know. Driven by who? Inspired in inspired kutheni. So I always respect our
Tough questions.
Yeah, because so I studied game before some.
Oh yeah.
Game day cancel one, keep one. Okay, so it's a simple game. So we have Blower Chips, we have Highlanders. Which one do you cancel?
I'm a course.
Which one do you keep?
We're keeping a course.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would say about
So bro, if you
Blower Chips, why?
Ombuzamo we are going to be Blower Highlanders, like Highlanders everywhere, post on Yengad. Then when you're not a brand ambassador for Blower Chips, congratulations for that. But you choose Anjani Blower Chips.
Over Highlanders. Easy.
Over Highlanders.
Easy.
Or maybe Highlanders was a movie proposal. The same thing that you proposed to Blower Chiefs, but they declined because these old Matalas time.
This old Matalas time.
Then, but Blower Chiefs, you want to came with a better deal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No. I like that Blower Chiefs is like Kobulawayo. They've been around for a while.
Okay.
But they're still growing a fan base, you know.
Yeah.
Which is exactly like myself, you know.
Okay,
I've been around for a while, but I'm still growing. Fan base yami.
But it actually
we will grow
making
together
sense.
better, you know.
It's a brand eqalisayo yabona like ibrand mayiqala so njengathi podcast so uyabufuna ukukhula yabona with the brand yabo awusokuthole sokulama veteran njengabo MTC labo zani like I'm not campaigning for CCC or whatsoever, but I'm just saying good when izinto ezinjengama football team amatsha izinto ezinjengama political party amatsha yabo these are the things which accommodate us as the 2Ks yabo. But I know bro, thank you very much for joining. Angazi ukuthi do you have any message for abantu abalaleleyo abantu abasibukeleyo
and your fans as well?
Yeah, labantu abafuna ukuzithola besenza into eyenzayo like but bethwala nzima.
Yabona ke suqalile ngento ezinzima. Right, Joe, so I would just like to say to everyone out there, ole pupo, you know, chase your dream. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let anyone stop you. Kuzalunga if you put in the work, you know, and if you believe in what you do. The most important, believe in what you do. Because that's what makes it different.
Yeah, to add on what you're saying, even as an artist or as a content creator, into ongayenza wena kuphela esayidini lakho ikuposta ikuupload.
Just create.
Just do that.
Put it out there.
Ukuthi kwenzakale njani wenzeni ukuthi uze ukwenze khonoko.
The number of views on 2 they count.
Yabo into wena iqhathekile kuphela.
They count because they just don't bang 2 bakubukelile.
You go to post. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in to this wonderful episode. Nxa konke uhambe sharp. Sizaphenduka. But thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow Msiz'Kay on my social
Twitter,
media.
Instagram,
What's your
Facebook,
what are your
TikTok.
social media handles?
Msiz'Kay.
Msiz'Kay throughout.
Yeah, throughout.
Msiz'Kay.
Yeah.
Tinder, Msiz'Kay. Msiz'Kay everywhere. Yeah.